Right, I'm a massive idiot because I didn't click go live. I am absolutely knackered, and these things happen when you wake up and set your alarm for 5 a.m. So let's just start that again as we're in the first round, sorry, on my end. As we're getting towards the, let me just pause that a second. Yeah, so I went to sleep, set my alarm for 5. I woke up at around, I think 1ish or 2ish, whatever it was, to watch the undercard of Spence and Porter, watch John Molina fight. And then I woke back up, set my alarm for 5 o'clock, and yeah, here we are. First round of Errol Spence and Shawn Porter. First round's finished. Don't really know what happened there, but hey, here we are now. These things happen, don't they? First round's ended. Didn't get to see too much of it because I was figuring everything out around on this end, but hey. These 5 a.m. cards are rough, man. Over here in England, having to stay up when it's wet and it's windy. It's crazy. Oh well. One of those nights. So anyway, yeah. This first round, it seemed a bit of a feel around, but I did see that Shawn Porter had Errol Spence back towards the ropes, which is good. Good start from him from what I saw. Second round's about to start. Shawn Porter on his toes, jumping up and down. Bell for the second round rings. Errol Spence takes the center of the ring, back in Shawn Porter towards the ropes. Shawn Porter with quite a few pouring, feinting jabs, not looking to throw, but just looking to put Errol Spence off. Backs up towards the ropes as Shawn Porter. Oh, Shawn Porter gets in with a shot. It just knocks Errol Spence off the back foot. Just a little bit wobbled. I think it's just a balance thing as Errol Spence looks to back Shawn Porter up with a double jab. Shawn Porter gets clocked with a right as he's coming forward. Takes a shot well, though. Errol Spence backing Shawn Porter up, just jabbing, feeling him out. Shawn Porter coming up, stepping forward, trying to get some space. As he steps through, sometimes he's a little bit wild. That allows for a check left hook, which happened the first time around, to rock Shawn Porter, but he took the shot well. If you're in here, let me know what you're seeing, and let me know who you think is going to win this. You might even be ahead of me as well. But spicing up just a little bit here in round 2. Good shot to the body there from Spence. Shawn Porter just stepping in with a 1-2, just trying to hustle him. Oh, he's clocked him. Has he clocked him? Is that a shot or a... It looked like a shot there, but again, a little bit of balance as well. Because Shawn Porter can bustle you and put you off the back foot. I think it was just an off-balance issue there from Errol Spence as opposed to anything else. Getting a little bit carried away. Double jab, some body work on the inside from Shawn Porter as Errol Spence comes in with some winging shots. A good shot to the body from Spence. A 3-punch combination as he steps back. Errol Spence comes forward with a jab. It's just starting to spice up again as into the last minute of the second round. Shot to the body and shot to the head, ending with the jab to the head from Shawn Porter. Errol Spence on the front foot, just backing Shawn Porter up. I think he's trying to see out the round. Shawn Porter's on the ropes. He steps in with a jab just to try and create some space. Doesn't angle off. He steps forward straight away. Errol Spence doesn't angle off either when Shawn Porter's coming forward, but neither shots come through. Spence again backing Shawn Porter to the ropes. Porter's happy to be on the ropes and he's ducking out. Then he angles off, switches Spence onto the back of the ropes. He gets in a couple of body shots as he's on the ropes. Smothered in as they engage with each other is Shawn Porter's work. An overhand left tries to connect, but it misses from Shawn Porter. Errol Spence is smiling towards the end of that round. Good work there. I'm not scoring this, by the way, so forget about scoring this. If you are, let me know what you've seen so far. I'm just enjoying the fight. Here we go. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, he got him with a left hand, but I just want to see if he was off balance or it was a shot that got him. Here we go. Is it this? Yeah, no, nothing connected, so it's me just being a little bit tired, having to wake up at 5 AM to watch this fight. But you guys, I think there's a couple of guys in here. Great to have you guys here. If you're new here, smash the like button and subscribe as well. It's great to have you here. I cover the boxing, the big fights when I can, if it's, you know, not too late, or if I can wake up for it, as well as covering boxing from a different angle, doing the Contender if you watched it back in the day. Covering the action from the Contender and popping in some jokes as well. But great to have you guys here if you're watching. Or if you're watching it back as well. Got my green tea to keep me warm. Bell for the third round's about to ring again. Shawn Porter on his tippy toes. Spence stepping forward, trying to pour with the jab. Back and Shawn Porter to the ropes. Now Shawn Porter back in Spence to the ropes, gets him with a couple of good body shots as Errol Spence holds onto Porter's left arm. Another body shot there. A body shot in return from Spence. It was a hard body shot. Couple of double jabs which Shawn Porter ducks out the way and then clinches to negate some of the offense. Errol Spence cleverly comes out of the clinch, which Shawn Porter wasn't happy about. I think the referee's talking to him. He's nodding his head. I didn't quite see what that was about. Spence with a couple of jabs. Shawn Porter with a couple of jabs to the body. They're both stepping. They're both not within range of each other. Just one of them's what, you know. I think they're both looking for a counter shot. That was a low shot there from Spence on Porter. Referee didn't see it. It's getting a little bit rough as they clinch. Another low shot. Another low shot again from Spence. Not being called. Another one as well. It's getting really rough, and Spence is engaging with the roughness. He quite likes it, but he got tagged with a shot there. 1-2 to the body as Porter also hits him low as well. A body shot there, which was when Porter was hunched over, which wasn't low. That one looked low again from Spence. 4 or 5 low shots there in the third round. Porter's just taking it. Takes a left hook and he's backing Spence towards the ropes. Starting to spice up. The crowd are loving it. What looked like another low shot again. An uppercut comes in on the inside from Porter. Another low shot, then a left hook from Spence. That's the referee's not said. I think he's now warning him after a succession of low blows, which is just ridiculous. On first viewing, they looked really low. Some of them. I know obviously the ref's got a better view than I have, but some of them look really badly low. But Porter hasn't complained, so maybe they weren't low. Oh, he gets caught with a left hook there as he's coming in, does Porter from Spence. Round 3 starts to spice up. Spence leans on Porter's body just to negate some offense as the clapper for the 10 seconds at the end of the third round claps, I suppose. Yeah, Lennox Lewis, I think it is saying they need to watch for the heads. They need to watch for the low blows as well because they were really low. Some of them look, yeah, like Spence's mouth, Porter's mouth is open. Some of them look really bad. But I would need to watch it again. Yeah, I mean, the commentators are kind of apologizing for it, which I think is unfair. They should be just calling it how it is. It's low shots, which is just unfair. And yeah, the ref just hasn't done anything about it. Bell for the 4th round rings. Spence supported with a triple jab to take the center of the ring, both circling around each other. Smothered work as Shawn Porter dips low to his left, and steps in with a 1-2, then steps back out of range. Pause again with 1-2 and a good shot to the body. Left hook to the body as Spence is covering up. Good right hand gets through. Another jab there from Porter. A shot and an uppercut. Just volume here. 4-5 punch combination here from Porter on Spence, and he's covering up. I think a couple of the shots got through. Body shot in return from Spence on Porter. Left hook there gets through as well as they clinch. A couple of shots coming through in the clinch as well from Spence on Porter. Great right hand coming through on Porter from Spence. Man, Shawn Porter's just bringing the dog right now. He's absolutely dogging it, isn't he? Spinning him around, clinches, making it his fight. And Errol Spence, great left hook there from Spence on Porter. Body shot. Oh, the trade hooks. Spence looks hurt here. Spence looks hurt as he's back towards the ropes. I think his body shots are raining in from Porter on Spence. He backs up towards the center of the ring and pours out the jab, triple jab, then a lead left. Jabs and moves out the way. Uppercut, a left to the body, just smothering his own work. A little bit is Porter here. They're good shots, but they're just missing. Steps in with a 1-2, and again, Spence is backing up. This is good work from Shawn Porter.
Spence.
A lead left hook, steps in. Spence takes it as he backs Shawn Porter towards the ropes, and Porter steps through with a 6-7 punch combination. A left hook gets through, wobbles Errol Spence. The screaming from the crowd, I think it's from Spence's corner. It's really annoying. Uppercuts, and he's fighting Shawn Porter's fight. He's getting in a couple of shots in here, but gets in a great, I think it's a left hook or a lead left. Backs Shawn Porter up. Shawn Porter winging in hooks. Absolutely winging in the hooks at the moment. Shawn Porter giving it the dog that he is. Had some great success so far in this round as well. Couple of lead left hook comes through over, and the clinch. They're trying to work in the clinch. There's a clapper for the 10 seconds. Ends the 3rd round. Great 3rd round that was. And I think at times there, Shawn Porter had Errol Spence troubled. Not that the commentators will probably call it. Everyone seems to be loving the fight at the moment, and it's been really good. It's been really good in these first 3 rounds. Yeah, a shot comes off the top of the head. They call that, so they they kind of remonstrate him for a shot on the top of the, or hitting the back of the head, kind of thing, but not for the low blows that Errol Spence has done repeatedly on Shawn Porter. Great overhand left from Spence on Porter, but it's just spicing up a little bit more now. Being the main event that we all expected it to be, the really big fight that we all expected it to be. It's starting to become that, excuse me. Shawn Porter not bouncing up and down at the moment. Now he is, as the bell for the 4th round rings. Bell for the 5th round rings, sorry. Steps in with the 1-2 to Shawn Porter on Errol Spence. Spence is taking the center of the ring. Porter comes through with a left hook and then comes back to the head with a right. Left hook and then trying to wing with the right, which Errol Spence ducks underneath. Porter's backing up towards ropes. Spencer taking the center of the ring. Hits in a body shot as well, low. Another what looked like a low shot as well.
Thank you very much. Here with Kenny. Kenny, what did you tell Shawn going into this round?
Going into this round, I wanted straighter punches.
Kenny Porter wanting straighter punches. Wants more body work.
Excellent. Thanks, Kenny.
I think he wants to hit for the head. Shawn Porter just takes a little bit of a break, circles around to his left, tries to take back the center and gets in a good left hook there as he steps forward. Catches him again. He steps as Spence backs towards the ropes, and this is becoming the fight that Shawn Porter wants it to be. It was in the last round, and it's becoming even more so in this round as well. Steps in with the 1-2, does Porter and Spence just to get some space, but doesn't angle off. Wings in a left hook does Errol Spence, which Shawn Porter ducks. The camera angle is a little bit off as they clinch, and they're split by the referee. Shawn Porter tries to take a couple of steps towards the center of the ring, but he's getting backed up now again. A couple of jabs come through. 1-2 again from Shawn Porter and Spence. A couple of jabs, and then end to the body from Spence on Porter. Another jab. Another, well, there's a lead left. Then a jab again. Triple jab, ending with a punch to the body, which Shawn Porter ducks his back. Spence up to the ropes. And he starts to get off the work. 1-2. He's trying to wing in with the right hook. But Shawn Porter is a little bit obvious with it. Errol Spence sees it coming and is able to duck out the way and then clinch and then move. They're calling it even so far. 38-38. Back to the center of the ring. Left hook. A left hook in return from Spence on Porter as he's backed up towards the ropes. I think Spence is trying to walk him onto one as he steps back towards the ropes as well. He's got to look out for that, just Shawn Porter, especially in the later rounds. He might not see it coming. In the clinch, they're working off. A couple of uppercuts coming into each other. The ref allows them to work. What looks a little bit a shot on the belt line that time. Another shot on the belt line as well there. So a couple of them, those shots to the body aren't low as they were before. Shawn Porter takes a shot. It was a left hook, I believe it was as well. But good work to the body there from Spence on Porter this time round. They weren't low. They're on the belt line. So good work there. As we go into the 6th. Yeah. Shawn Porter really is like, he's not lying down in any sort of sense. He's definitely brought the dog like he normally does in this fight, but he's up that dog up a little bit more. He's like let off the leash. Chris Algieri trainer style. Dog is definitely off of the leash. I gotta grab my charger, so I'll be right back. Gotta grab my charger. In fact, you know what? I'll wait for the next round because I got 16%. So you know what? We'll crack on. In the next round, I got to grab my charger because I'm on like 15%. So anyway. Bell for the 6th round rings. Spence taking the center of the ring, back and Shawn Porter to the ropes as they clinch. Spence going to work. One of them looked low again. Another one looks on the belt line. Another one looks low. Another on the belt line. A good shot up top, left hook. As Spence is resting his chin on. He switches it up to Shawn Porter. He's done really well to switch it up a couple of times here. I'm surprised none of these guys are cut the way their heads are going in with each other as they lay their respective heads on each other's chests as they took turns in trading that position. Porter in the center ring, back and Spence up to the ropes. A jab comes through from Spence. A double jab in with a left to the body from Spence on Porter, as then he puts his weight over Spence and they're split by the referee. Yeah, I mean the referee's been very lenient towards Spence so far. A couple of good body shots getting into work on from Porter on Spence this time around. They're trading body shots. As then Spence elects to clinch, gets in a right hook. Again, their heads clash together as well. I'm surprised none of them got hurt. A winging left hook there, which looked like it hurt Porter. Porter replies back with a left hook of his own. He bobs and weaves, shows good head movement as they clinch again, and they're separated from the ref, sorry. As we come towards the last minute of the 6th round. Steps in with the right hand, does Porter on Spence as they clinch again. They get to work on the inside. They're not separated by the referee this time. They work each other out. Again, they clinch. It's Porter looking to clinch. As Errol Spence shoots a couple of rights to the body, pushes Porter towards the ropes. Gets in what looked like another low body shot. So this time Porter spins off and he gets his own body work in. A couple of jabs in from Porter and Spence on Porter. They're engaging here. 4-5 punch combinations. They both kind of go to war on each other. It's really hard to kind of call because just a lot is happening. Double jabs from Spence on Porter. Cracks a right hand on Spence. A check left hook, sweet check left hook, and then Spence angles off. Really good work, classy work there. Catches the eye, that piece of work did. Then Porter tries to do the same sort of thing, but in a rougher kind of way. He tries to work an angle. He gets around the back of him, but he can't shoot because obviously he's around the back. Worked too much of an angle for himself there. Steps in with a double jab. Misses. Does Porter and Spence. Backs up Spence towards right. Spence ducks low to move out the way and then takes the center of the ring as we're about to end the 6th round. I'm going to go grab a charger quickly. I'll be right back. Right then, I'm back. So the bell for the 7th round rings. We're like 30 seconds into the 7th round. Porter this time elects to take the center of the ring. Works off a 1-2 onto Spence as he's ducking down low. Takes a jab in return and a body shot, which is right on the belt line. Lands on the R of the belt line on the Porter. Wings in a couple of an uppercut there and a triple jab. Comes back with a 1-2. Left hook to the body. Then shoots up to the head with 3 hooks. A left to right and a left hook. And then gets in that typical Shawn Porter style work where it's rough, it's rugged. You don't know if everything's kind of landing, but he's getting off some shots. It's been a good fun fight so far. Difficult to score. I'm not scoring it. Great double jab there, an up jab that gets through from Porter and Spence. Porter's on his feet, steps in with a 1-2 and then another jab, then a left hook. There's like 6-7 punch combinations here. Not all gets through, but it's impressive work from Shawn Porter. He's throwing a lot of volume, but not all are landing. He's stepping away, he's on his feet, he's showing angles, he's showing feints as well, ducking low. It's getting a little bit rough as they clinch and Errol Spence is slippy, gets off the clinch, he shoots one to the body. Again, could have been a little bit low. Cut body work here as they're head to head, rock'em sock'em sort of thing going on. The clinch and the unclinch. Porter slips and then changes the angle. So it's now Porter backing up Spence to the ropes. Takes another body shot, which lands on the R, the second R of the belt line on Porter. Shoot the head to head. I'm surprised no one's got a cut at all. Body shot, then left hook as Shawn Porter clinches on Errol Spence. It was Spence that shot that 2-punch combination on Porter. Porter electing to move to the left, feinting with a couple of jabs just to get off some space and work an angle. Takes it back to the center of the ring, and now it's getting backed up by Errol Spence. Shoots to the body. Does Porter on Spence as he steps back towards ropes. Does a 1-2. Then a couple of 2s landing on the head, but nothing. Just tippy-tappy trying to work an angle. Shoots to the body, 4-punch combination. Does another couple of shots to the body, then up to the head. Trying to switch it up in various shots as they clinch again. Is Porter and Spence getting some work in into the last 10 seconds of this 7th round as the clapper claps for the last 10 seconds. A great shot to the body there. Right hook to the body from Porter and Spence, sorry. As a bell for the 7th round rings. Good to have you guys in here. If you're in here, if you're new, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I cover these fights. I'm from England. If you're not from England as well, it's 5 AM. Decided to set my alarm. I saw a little bit of the undercard and then I fell asleep after the John Molina fight. And I set my alarm for 5. Apparently there was some problem with the ring ropes, which gave me a little bit of reprieve. And yeah, I'm just streaming just to have a little bit of fun with you guys. So yeah, if you're in here, smash the like button and subscribe. Someone's screaming, man. Someone's screaming in the ring. It's really annoying. About to go into the 8th round. The referee do the job. Well, he's not been doing it. He's not been calling those low blows at all. Spence steps in with a double jab, backing Porter towards the ropes as Shawn Porter retaliates by stepping forward but catches a jab to the face. Errol Spence aims a 1-2 but misses. Jab as Errol Spence takes. Oh, it looked like he dropped a. Did he drop a hand on the canvas? I don't think he did. It looked like he did, but I don't think he did. It's been a very rough fight as so far. Spence again backing Porter to the ropes. A double jab and then a 2 which landed on the belt line. Shawn Porter looked like he was a little bit annoyed by that shot. Oh, takes a check left hook, but then Spence looks like he's in trouble as well as he clinches. I think they traded hooks there. A couple of body shots from Spence on Porter. And then a left hook as well as he angles out. Both are feeling each other out in the midway point of this 8th round. Trying to counter each other, waiting for each other to step in. Shawn Porter stepping in a little bit more wildly now. Great shot there. It was a straight right from Porter on Spence. He pushes Spence towards the ropes and catches another left hook there from Porter. Errol Spence switches it and now backs up. Well, they're clinching. They're separated by the referee, Jack Reese, who admonishes Porter for pushing. A jab from Spence on Porter. A wing in overhand right, which Errol Spence sees clearly, moves out of the way a bit. A couple of feinting jabs. Spence knows that it's not going to reach, but he's just trying to put off Porter as they clinch. Porter's trying to get to work. He does land a couple of shots in on the clinch. It's rough. Shoulders are going in. A double jab, then a right. Ending with a shot to the body. A cracking overhand right from Porter on Spence. Spence takes it. Working it again. Lots of body shots going in from Spence on Porter. On the clinch, Porter gets in the right hook. Takes a straight right. Does Spence from Porter, sorry. It's very hard to call because there's a lot going on. Clapper for the last 10 seconds of the 8th round claps. Oh, good. I think it was an uppercut there, or at least it was a shot with the right hand that landed from Spence on Porter. Another great round. Hybrid 95 asking, how do I have it scored so far? Hybrid, I'm not scoring it. I mean, it's ridiculously hard to score this because there's just so much going on. So I'm just literally sitting back and enjoying it. Let me know how you're scoring at Hybrid, because I mean, I would have no clue right now how to score this. Maybe when I've got like time to watch it back, I'll sit back and score it. But like I'm just literally watching this and kind of enjoying it, to be honest with you. But yeah, let me know how you got the score. It'd be good to know, Hybrid. But it's been good so far. So we're 8 rounds in. Really enjoyable fight. Spence hasn't blown away Porter. Porter's just rugged. He's rough. He's durable. As he always is. He's the Shawn Porter he usually is. And Errol Spence is kind of answering that, in that he's engaging in Shawn Porter's style. I think he's trying to, at times he's trying to kind of match and macho and say, I'm not going to be blown away by that sort of style either. I can do it as well. I can take those shots, and I can be Errol Spence, you know, the classy boxer that I am, as well as being rough and win that in that sort of style as well. Kind of making Shawn Porter a little bit redundant in a sense, but it's not the smartest way of doing things, I suppose. You could just stick to boxing rather than engaging in that, but I mean, it's making for a fun fight. Apparently, they've got it scored 76-76 so far, so it's even. No idea. I haven't got it scored. I'm not scoring it at all, so I wouldn't know. They're engaging as Spence is holding. He gets in a couple of right hands. A left hook comes through just around the guard from Porter, and Spence answers back with a straight left. He backs Porter towards the ropes. Just engages, trying to counter each other. Spence dodges out the double jab and gets in his own double jab, catching Porter on his heels. Spence ducks a jab and then knocks back Spence's head with a straight left. Double jab comes in from Spence, and another cracking right there from Porter on Spence. That time he's just countering him. A body shot gets through from Spence and Porter. They clinch, trying to get each other some work in on the clinch as well. Good work there as he jabs, does Porter, then angles off back into the center of the ring, away from the ropes. Good work. Feints in with a quadruple jab. None of them land. He's just trying to back Errol Spence up. Errol Spence circles round to his left. Feinting and double jab, just pouring out. Porter's trying to counter here on Spence, and he's getting in some good shots here. Referee stepping in the way, so we can't really see it. They're just head to head, bobbing and weaving, shots going in. It's all getting smothered. Some shots are going in. It's really hard to. The referee's gonna have a really tough time here. The judges, sorry, gonna have a tough time. Spence takes a shot there, straight left. Shawn Porter's ducking low and he's inside the pocket. Gets in a cracking right hand on Spence. Eats another one. Spence replies with a couple of hooks in his own, shots to the body. Throws a check right hook. Tries to throw a left hook. Porter ducks through. Gets in on a left and a right hook as Spence switches the angle. Switches and takes his back as he pushes Spence towards the ropes. One body shot from Spence is answered by 2 from Porter as they clinch. Spence is answering Shawn Porter's fight, and he's engaging. Really good fight. This is a really, really good fight. I won't be surprised, like, so far, I won't be surprised if people, like, you'd want to see this again, wouldn't you? You'd want to see this again. Obviously, you'd like it to be a little bit cleaner, but I'd love to see this again. I'd love to see this run back, like, regardless of the score. Because it's been a really good, fun fight. So, Hybrid 95 says, I agree, lol. Hard to score back and forth. Yeah, it's that sort of fight. I mean, let me know what you've got if you are scoring it. It's cool, whatever you got. Because it'd just be interesting to see how someone is seeing it if you are scoring it. But Would you want to see this back already at this point? Because obviously the scores haven't been announced. I'd love to see this back again later down the line because it's been a really fun fight. Yeah, Shawn Porter's just got a ridiculous engine on him. Absolutely ridiculous. The guy does, man. Shawn Porter looks like he's in the zone himself. He's bobbing and weaving and dancing to the music that's playing. He seems to be liking and enjoying the fight he's in at the moment. The unofficial scorecard had it even. The Charlie brothers are loving it as well. Spence takes the center of the ring, backing Porter up. Double jab. It's so hard to call, so hard to watch. Not watch, but so hard to, like, you know, watch the punches because there's just so many coming in as you're saying them. They engage in center ring. Shawn Porter's just getting back towards the ropes. Errol Spence gets in like a few shots there. An overhand right gets through as well as Porter responds in kind with a left hook. Steps up with a right hook. They're both a good shot there. I think it was a right. His hooks are going in, winging from each other. They're trading hooks here. Errol Spence is taking the worst of it. Shawn Porter's making this a rough dog fight right now. Gets in a right hook himself to Spence on the inside, as does Porter. They switch places. They switch their head positions. Porter takes a great body shot and a check left hook. Uppercuts to the body. Spence ducks under a left hook in return from Porter. Porter looking a little bit tired here. Steps in with a jab, does Porter on Spence. Eats a left hook, does Porter, sorry. Steps in with a jab and then does some body work, does Spence on Porter. He backs Porter towards the ropes. Wings in some body shots. A right hook gets in and a left hook gets through. Left hook to the body gets through for Spence and Porter as he uses his shoulder to push him towards the ropes. Porter switches the position as Spence is now backed up towards the ropes as they clinch. Porter slips out of a clinch and is working some shots in the clinch as well. Body shot there looked like he rocked Spence there. Something looked like he rocked him. Spence responds with a body shot. There's just so much going on. So much going on. Apologize in advance if you can hear any like clicking from my microphone. So, eats a shot there. Does Porter from Spence and another one as Porter steps in with a jab to the body. Porter winging in a right, which misses wildly. I think he's just trying to create space. Steps in with a double jab. Shawn Porter showing angles, bobbing and weaving, clinching, trying to work in the clinch of both of them as Spence backs Porter towards ropes and they're split by the referee. Last 30 seconds of round 10. Porter checking his gloves for something. Something to do with a headbutt or they're touching heads. The referee kind of signals for that. Feints with the jab, does Porter on Spence. I think he's just trying to see out the round. Spence gets in with a good shot, good left hook, and he steps it out of the range from Porter. Porter's trying to catch Spence on the ropes as they engage in the last couple of seconds of this. Good shot there from Porter. They both eat a shot towards the end of the round as they go back to their respective corners. I mean, wow. The fight that Shawn Porter is taking to Spence right now, and Spence is just unwavered. He wants to fight back and he wants to engage in this sort of side. He wants to. I think he wants to show that side of him, to show that kind of facet of him as a fighter, which I get. But will that translate to him winning on the cards? I don't know. Not been scoring it. Don't know if you guys have been scoring it, but I mean, if that's his stance on it, then fair play to him. If you're here and you're new, smash the subscribe button and smash the like button. Be greatly appreciated. I do streams on these fights. I'm covering the Contender, making you laugh, throwing in some jokes in there, just covering boxing from a different angle. Interviewed one of the guys from the Contender, Jonathan Reed. You can check that out as well. If you've seen the Contender, it's a great TV show. If you haven't, great way to watch it back. We're watching the episodes on my channel. The episodes that I've done on my channel, by the way. It's not a direct copy of the episodes, but yeah. Anyway, the bell for the... I think we're into the 11th now. 11th round rings. Center of the ring, both are engaging. Shawn Porter with a double jab. Body work from Spence on Porter. Stepping towards, circling around his left. On his toes is Porter. Stepping in with a jab as Spence steps out of range. Backed up towards the ropes is Porter. Feints to throw a jab, but he doesn't, just to get some angle. And moves over to his right. This kind of aggression might favour in terms of scoring from the referees, from the judges' point of view. I keep seeing referee. Jab there from Spence and Porter and Spence. There's a cut on Spence's head apparently. Good shot to the body as a clinch from Spence and Porter. Wings in 2 shots to the body. Slips out of the clinch. Gets in a couple more body shots. And then Porter changes the angle. Backs him up to the ropes. Gets in 1-2 body shots. It's all a bit messy. He tries to wing in an uppercut which just misses. A right uppercut this time. An overhand right catches Spence from Porter. Spence looking calm and composed. Neither fighter looked tired, which is just ridiculous. The engines on these guys. Apparently there's no VADA testing. I don't know if that's true. Let me know if there is any VADA testing or not, but apparently there isn't VADA testing. Shawn Porter has backed Errol Spence towards us. They're winging shots in. Some of these shots are missing. Shawn Porter changed the angle towards the right. Steps in more body shots. Eats a couple of shots himself. A couple of those left hooks were eaten from Spence onto Porter. Eats a overhand right and a clinch as well. Eats a right hand as well. A couple of body shots from Porter. Oh, he's dropped. Errol Spence with a left hook drops Shawn Porter. It's a flash knockdown. It's a flash. Shawn Porter's pissed off. He says, fuck. He knows he's fine. Or at least he's posturing like he's fine. He just knows he got caught. But it was a great left hook. He might end up eating another one here. Good winging shots here. Great action as the crowd roar. Backing Spence towards the ropes as Porter throwing in 6-7 shots. The clinch as the referee separates them. He ducks some left hooks as Porter. He's stepping forward still. Cracks in his own overhand right. They clinch again. And in the clinch they're separated. Porter's really pissed off about that. And that's going to mean a lot on the cards. Couple of body shot to the body which ended into the head. Too much combination from Porter and Spence. Cracks up his own combination. Ending to the head from Spence on Porter. What a chin he's showing, Lennox Lewis. I completely agree with you. That left hook. It just wobbled him to the point that he just touched the... Here we go. It's coming. Ducks under a right hook. Then he comes up with a left. Cracking. And he was throwing his own. So trading hooks. And he just drops to the canvas. It dips his legs and he just drops to the canvas. Does his hand. Cracking left hook. And slow-mo doesn't do Shawn Porter any favours either. Great shot. He picked a great shot. Bang. The shot reminds me of Archie Sharp, Declan Geraghty yesterday. Not quite the same sort of angle, but in that the left hook was there for quite a while. They're both trading kind of shots and I think it was hooks. And Archie Sharp got that vicious knockout of Declan Geraghty, who was stiff as a ball, but thankfully made it up. And this time, Spence got that left hook. And Shawn Porter showing the chin of the granite chin that he's got as we go into the bell for the 12th and final round rings. Shawn Porter's got I don't know if it's close, but Shawn Porter knows that he's going to be... That's going to mean that he's one down here at least because of that knockdown. Eats another shot, does Spence and does Porter as well. They trade at hooks there and a right. It's so hard to score left and right hooks. So hard to catch up with left and right hooks from each of them. Bobbing and weaving, rough shots to the body. Winging left hooks is Shawn Porter and Errol Spence trying to catch him. Stepping with a jab. Good work here from Errol Spence on Shawn Porter. As Porter wings in hooks, he's looking a little bit... Well, Errol Spence is basically doing the classier work here in the 12th and final round. He's backed up towards the ropes as Porter. Triple jab ending with a shot to the body. Porter switches the angle, backs Spence towards the ropes. It's 106, 102 on the unofficial scorecard. Excuse me. Another shot, and Spence takes a shot himself. He's caught a little bit square there. Oh, cracking shot from Porter on Spence, knocking the head back up of Errol Spence. Errol Spence looks a bit hurt here. He's trading though. Left hooks and right hooks going through. Errol Spence stepping forward. He slips out the clinch and wings a shot to the body. 3, 4 shots to the bodies, and he switches the angle. Does Porter and Spence. He's leaning on Porter here, on Spence here, as a split by the referee. Great shot there from Spence on Porter. Oh, great right from Porter on Spence as well. There's just so much going on. Last 50 seconds of this fight. Both look really tired. More shots to the body from Spence and Porter. And a right hook lands. He ducks out the way of a left hook in return from Porter. Porter stumbling forward. Left hooks and right hooks from Porter and Spence. Winging more to the body or each of them. They're just throwing and throwing to the body. Left hooks, right hooks. Spence with better work as he steps back and throws a hook. A great right hook to the body there. Just behind the elbow from Spence on Porter. Rock'em sock'em sort of stuff. As we go into the last 10 seconds. The crowd are on their feet. They're roaring. Last 10 seconds of this fight. Steps in with a jab, does Porter on Spence. Spence with his hands low. And gets in a left hook to end the fight. Neither of them are putting their hands up in the air or anything like that. I think they both know it was a close and it was a hard fight. But that was a great fight. I'd love to see that again. A really, really good fight that was. That's just unlucky. I mean, we'll see what the knockdown meant on the judges' scorecards. You know what I mean? If it was close with, without that knockdown, because it happened so late, and it was a flash knockdown, just that little bit of mistake. And Errol Spence, obviously, this is a high level. Errol Spence made him pay for that mistake with a cracking left hook. Here you go. I think they're going to show it again. Steps in with a jab. Yeah. A right comes through from Porter on Spence. Spence ducks down low. A shoulder to head. Great body shots. One's blocked. Gets in a great right. Slips to his left. And then the rough stuff as it knocks Spence's head back a bit. But they're just getting replays of things. It's remarkable that there's not like any other kind of swelling or damage on each other's face, apart from apparently there's a cut on Spence's forehead. I'm not scored this, so I can't really tell you how I've seen this, and it's just a lot of back and forth action kind of thing here. So I think the knockdown is going to be telling. Obviously, it would be. That's kind of a generic thing to say, but it will be in this sort of sense. But it's a really close, really good fight. What I want to say is I'd love to see it back again. It'd be great to watch it back again. Good sportsmanship as well from both of them. Yeah, they're both embraced. That's cool. Good to watch. No antics or anything like that. But Spence is looking. I don't know if he's looking to guard or anything like that. I think he's just looking at a replay of some shots. Taking a little bit of time. This is the judges' scorecards. Total punches landed. This is from PBC. 221 landed from Errol Spence Jr. in exchange of 172 from Porter. Power punches 184 from Spence and 142 from Porter. Punches landed 221 Spence, 172 Porter. Great fight though. Great fight. I think a lot of people, to be fair, thought it'd go distance, and Errol Spence said he'd be disappointed if he didn't knock out Shawn Porter. I mean, like, he knocked him down, but let's be honest, it didn't seem like he was close or wobble to getting, like, you know, in any real danger of getting knocked out. Just gonna listen in to Jimmy Lennon Jr. giving the official split decision here. Split decision here. Here we go. 116, 11. It's gonna be, yeah, Spence. So the next one's gonna be Porter. Is it gonna be a draw? Porter saying it's gonna be a draw. 115, 112 to Shawn Porter. Is it gonna be a draw? 116, 111. That's Spence card. Errol Spence. Errol Spence with the victory. Shawn Porter nods his head. It's a close fight. It was winning on one of the cards. People will want to see that again. I want to see that again. If he takes it again, I don't know. But he's looking pretty as Errol Spence with the WBC and IBF championships on each of his shoulders. 26-0 improves to 115, 112 to Shawn Porter. One of the judges gave it. Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like, he's gone into that dogfight with Shawn Porter, and he's come out on top, out dogging at times Shawn Porter as well. I think Shawn Porter can be really proud of that performance. I'd love to see that again. Just going to see if we get any interviews, and then I'll probably head off to bed. As we're like, yeah, 20 past 6 over here. Here we go. Let's listen to Errol Spence. Who's he going to call out? If indeed he does call anyone out.
It feels good. It's a lifelong dream of mine. It shows that hard work pays off. And I'm happy that Shawn Porter gave me this opportunity. Thank you for Al Heyman. Thank you, Fox, for putting me on this network and this big platform. Thank you for all my people for Texas for coming out.
Is that his Cutman? I think his Cutman is a real throwback. He's got like the cotton swabs on his in his hat still. Peaky Blinders style hat.
But did you expect it to be as rough and tough and go the distance like it did?
Shawn Porter, he's a
Of course he expected it to go rough and tough. It's Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's a rugged, tough fighter in all of his fights. He's underrated in his boxing ability. Don't get me wrong, but he's just a rough fighter.
You didn't knock him out, but you did knock him down.
Great left hook. That slow-mo with that left hook, dropping Shawn Porter to a knee. Just a flash. Showing a great chin. I think the part of it is that he saw the punch coming in at the last second as well.
all my punches had bad intentions tonight, like I showed everybody. I boxed against Mikey Garcia, but I want to show everybody that I can't sit there with one of the toughest, roughest fighters in the welterweight division and sit there and bang with him, and that's what I did.
You just mentioned Mikey Garcia. That was a battle of the jab. This one was a battle of the body shots.
It's a battle of...
Were his body shots?
Looked like some swelling towards the right eye of Errol Spence. Towards like this sort of the cheek, top of the cheek sort of area.
There's a man standing here to our right. Former two division.
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia in the house.
I don't...
Not just say that this might be your next opponent, but I'm announcing that this will be your next opponent.
What?
What do you think of that, Errol Spence?
Might have tables turned. I've been calling you guys out for a long time. Like I said, tables will turn, and it will be calling me out now, and that's what we're getting right now. But like I told Al Heyman, as soon as I sign with
Danny Garcia.
line him up, I'm going to knock him down.
There we go.
Well,
Fighting words there, Danny.
that is what that is. Not Manny Pacquiao. It's Danny Garcia.
It was a tough, rugged fight, like I said it would be. But he's the top dog, and I want the top spot.
Who lost against Shawn Porter, didn't he?
I want you next, baby. Let's get it on.
Was there anything that you saw in this fight that surprised you?
Alright, well that's that.
It was a tough
I mean, he'll be decent. Danny is a decent fighter.
fight. It was a split decision victory. Shawn Porter's a hard fighter to look good against. He got the job done, and I'm here to say I won next.
All right, well, Well, we don't know when or where, but we most certainly
Danny Garcia with the high and tight, their haircut,
on a great win here, Errol.
looking like a microphone.
All right, let's head over now to Shawn Porter.
Right, we'll just hear what Shawn Porter says and then we'll head out.
Fought fight, Shawn. When
Congratulations. Thanks for opportunity. Hey, good job, man. Yes, sir.
Ah, that's great to see. Shawn Porter, classy.
between the two of you here tonight, when you heard those judges' scores, Derek James coming in. A lot of respect between these two teams. Shawn, let's give you a moment to talk about
Shawn Porter with a great big smile on his face.
shocked the world. You may have not walked out the winner of this fight, but you definitely shocked the world.
You know, I've said this before. I've had a lot of experiences in the boxing ring. Thank everybody. Thank you. Did y'all enjoy that? Did y'all enjoy that?
Run it back, man. Fuck the Danny Garcia fight. I want to see that again.
In history, one of the best. When you were out there taking those body shots, I saw him catch you with the
Took a load of body shots, man, didn't he? Took a load of them.
He's a strong kid, man. We both came in here to do the job, and he got the split decision. I take nothing from him. I hope I didn't take anything from him doing the whole promotion. I knew it was going to be a dogfight. I think he knew it was going to be a dogfight. I think he got a little bit more than what he expected, but the dog in him came out as well, and he's victorious. Congratulations to you, Errol Spence, and your whole team. And myself and my team, we've talked.
It's almost like a wrestling narrative in that they needed like a Shawn Porter to bring out the dog in him, the dog himself to bring out the dog in Errol Spence. Show that multifaceted kind of
in this fight.
type of boxer that Errol Spence is, and that he can mix it up as a classy boxer and then a rough, rugged, showing the heart.
With my head hanging low because of how hard I fought, how hard we both fought, and so I just hope everyone out here enjoys.
Nah, you done well.
This is what we came for. This is what
Done
y'all
really
came
well,
for.
Shawn Porter.
And congratulations to everybody in here tonight.
You definitely put on a show. What's next for Showtime, Shawn Porter?
You know what? We'll see. My dad and I told him that we got a lot to talk about. We're gonna talk about it, and we'll figure it out.
If you're in here and you're new here, smash the subscribe button and do these live streams as well as covering boxing from a different angle, making you laugh and entertaining you. Just going to close this out with a little bit of a summary and then going to head off to bed because it's nearly 6:30 here. So great fight. I watched a little bit of the undercard, John Molina Jr. that fight, the John Molina fight, whatever. Then went to sleep, then woke back up at 5. Had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we're back up and did the stream. And yeah, cracking fight, great fight. It was rough, it was rugged at times, and Shawn Porter made it that fight. We knew Shawn Porter would make it for that sort of fight, and Errol Spence answered in kind. And he proved that he's got that side to him as well. Can be rough, he's got that devil in him, he's got a bit of dog in him. He's hurtful, he's spiteful, and at that high level, when it's that kind of close fight, he's still got that bit in him where he can take and give those quality shots. He took some good shots where I thought he got not wobbled, but like he looked like he's hurt, but had a good poker face on him. Took a step back, recouped, and then cracked Shawn Porter with a brilliant left hook. And Shawn Porter showing the chin of a fucking warrior. It was just a flash. That sort of shot was just a flash. I think it helped because he saw it coming in a little bit, but great fight. I'd love to see that again. I don't really want to see the Danny Garcia fight again. I'm probably going to watch this back. I probably will end up scoring it. I didn't score it this time round. And I want to know if, I think it was in the second or third round, it looked like a succession of low shots came through on Errol Spence on Shawn Porter. They looked either on the belt line or below. And then, I'll say it how it is, afterwards, after that round as well, there was lots of shots that were on the belt line from Spence on Porter. There were quality shots at times from Spence on Porter to the body. And both of them shot to the body loads as well. Both had cracking engines. I don't know if this was this Spence's idea coming into the fight to just absolute dogfight. Did he adjust and think, just fuck it, I'm going to go for this? He got his head rocked back a couple of times, taking that Shawn Porter style. He's got a couple of marks in his face as well. But yeah, man, Spence showing another side to him. Brilliant. Really good performance. Yeah, definitely fight of the year candidate. I'd love to see it running back again. Fuck the Danny Garcia fight, in my opinion. Anyway, I'm going to head up and get out of here. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button and like the stream. I do these streams. I'm covering boxing from a different angle, making you laugh, throwing the memes, throwing the jokes, covering the Contender if you watched it back in the day. I've got an interview with a Contender Season 1 participant, Jonathan Reed. Check that out. Interview's got timestamps. You have to listen to the whole thing, but every question asked is there that you can click on, and subscribe to the channel because it's great to have you guys on board. So I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys for being in here. If you're watching it back, thank you guys for watching it back as well. So this has been Take Aims, your cornerman. I'll see you on the next fight. I'll probably be live streaming for Golovkin Derevyanchenko. A couple of good things coming up on the channel as well. I'm going to be announcing soon. And a video's come out this week, which I think is going to make you all laugh. Stumbled across something completely brilliant. So yeah, this has been Take Aims. Guys are coming in, but I'm heading to bed. Thank you guys, and good night. Peace.